What is happiness? What is it? If you look into your own examples of happiness, you find that where you were really happy, there was nothing to criticize about the situation. You were in sync with what was happening. In other words, everything was perfect. At that point, whatever it was, there was no judgment about it. There was no thing missing. For that moment, without knowing, everything was like it was supposed to be. You see? Happiness is the absence of resistance. Is when there is no should, there is no what if, there is no something else I have to do now. It might be in your mind, but it's not coming at that moment when you're happy. I let the car pass. So happiness is when there is nothing that can be better in that moment. When you think of it afterwards, you might always add or think about it, but when it was happening, you were happy because it was just what it should be. I'm repeating myself a lot because I feel it's helpful for me, so it might be for you, to just come again and again in that memory of yours. You see? Just go in that point when you were happy. Notice there was that absence of critics, that absence of judgment, that absence of comparing yourself with whatever, that absence of trying to define yourself to see if your position is okay, to see if the others are liking it, not liking it, or do you feel about it, what it means about you. There was no what it means about me in that moment. There was just plain enjoying the moment. There was a spaciousness in it. It was a kind of a complete participation with the moment. So go in your own story. See, because you've known moments like this, but see what it was about. There was that absence, that spaciousness, that boundless presence that you were at that moment. Because if you're seeking enlightenment, that's what you're after. What you're after, it's a complete in sync with the moment. Because when you're enlightened, every moment is perfect and whole in itself. What does it mean, Nirvana? It does not mean that something else is going to be there with more beautiful lights and more beautiful happenings or whatever. It just means that you have nothing to what's the word? Nothing to what's the word? Sorry. Nothing to say against the moment. See? So the mind says, okay, I'm going to be happy when such moment arises, right? Like when everything will be so beautiful and so amazingly uh, correlated that I can find no way to say that I don't like it. There's be nothing that I can dislike in the moment, then I will be happy. But it works on the other way. It has to be you in sync with whatever it is, because the perfect moment for you actually is not the perfect moment for someone else, you see? There is no such thing as the perfect circumstances. But there is something as being completely allowing, accepting, enjoying the moment as it is. That's why you kind of have more happy moment in vacations, let's say, because you gave yourself the permission to be outside of your duties, and for a moment you decided, I'm going to enjoy more and criticize less the moment. I'm going to be in another place so I can give myself the permission to open to the moment in that place. But it doesn't work that way. You see, it's not the place, it's not because it's your holidays or vacation that you're happier than normal time. It's just because you accepted to relinquish judgment for a while. You suspended it willingly. I'm on holidays. I want to enjoy myself. So I'm willingly just letting my judgment down. You see? So actually, what keeps you from being happy now, whatever is the situation, is stop resisting it. Stop having a critic about it. Stop wanting to be somewhere else. Stop following your thought train. There's a train of thought in your head saying, we're leaving the station. Somewhere else, the grass is greener. And you're following that mind. And there's always something missing in the moment for you to be happy. But it's just mind stuff. And when the mind stuff is on hold, suspended, absent, be it for whatever reason, that's when you're happy. So can you just like see that happiness is already here? And it's just the mind making excuses for you not to be happy. There was Ram Dass that gave the story once. This is so lovely. Of the guy going to take a bath. And it's such a nice, happy moment. You take a bubble bath, you can relax. And then the mind comes, yeah, but wouldn't it be better if I had a glass of wine? And you go and get a glass of wine. Yeah, but I'm alone. It would be better if I had a lover or something. You see? The mind is getting you out of the sync of the moment. If you have no resistance with whatever is happening, that's happiness. You don't need a better moment. You don't need more lights in the sky. You need nothing. They're just happening as a decoration of your happiness. And we confused the thing. We forgot that we were happy, so we were seeing little lights and whatever, fairies. But to begin with, we were happy. It's not the fairies that made us happy. You see? You see a beautiful rose and you feel beauty, and you see beauty, and you open up to some kind of happiness for a while, right? But that opening makes the rose being beautiful as well. You see, it's not, you give yourself that permission. You say, oh, I was happy seeing beauty for a while. That was because of those roses. And then you say, now I don't see roses, so I won't be happy as much as I was, or I won't be as happy, or I won't be happy at all. because now I'm just looking at the dishes to be made. And I decided that this is not a happy moment. So you see, it's just whatever you see has no impact of your happiness. It's the unwillingness to see it as perfect that impacts your happiness. Okay? So just a thinking entry into happiness. See you next time.